everyone, this is Miss Lee. I've got my dog Sherman here to help me teach you guys all about nonfiction text structures. All right, let's get started. Text structure is the term for how an author organizes information. Authors use different text structures to achieve different purposes, and there might be several types of text structures in a single piece of writing. You might also hear text structure referred to as an organizational pattern. These terms can be used interchangeably. They mean the same thing. There are 5 different types of nonfiction text structures: description list, cause and effect, problem and solution, compare and contrast, and sequence of events. The first text structure, description list, includes details to help you picture or get to know a person, a place, a thing, or even an idea. There are certain signal words and phrases that you can look for to help you identify the text structure as description list, such as, for example, for instance, most important, in front, beside, and near, just to name a few. You should also look for a list or a set of characteristics, including specific details. Let's take a look at this example. I have a 96-pound brindle pit bull named Sherman. He is very needy and full of energy. For example, he always wants food, snuggles, and belly rubs. He also needs a lot of outdoor time to play. He loves going to the beach, dog parks, and nature trails in town. This example has many descriptive words that describe Sherman, such as he's 96 pounds, brindle, he's a pit bull mix, he's very needy and full of energy. It also uses the signal word, for example, and includes 2 lists. One of what Sherman wants to do, eat food, snuggle, and get belly rubs, and where he loves to go, the beach, dog parks, and nature trails. So in this example, we have Sherman the dog being described as weighing 96 pounds. He's a pit bull mix. He has a brindle coat. He's full of energy. And he's very needy. The next text structure is cause and effect. This explains why something happened, the cause, and what happened as a result of that, the effect. There are several signal words and phrases that will help you identify a text as using the cause and effect text structure. These are therefore, so, this led to, as a result, because, and if and then statements. You should also look for an event that is described in addition to what happened as a result of that event. Here's an example of a text using cause and effect. Sherman isn't allowed to have steak because he has food sensitivity. The proteins in red meat and other foods can make him very itchy and can even result in ear infections. Ouch! This example uses the signal words because and result to help us identify this text as using cause and effect. The cause is eating red meat, and the effect is itchy skin and ear infections. The next text structure is problem and solution. This text presents a problem and explains how it's solved. The signal words and phrases that you'll see as clues are propose, conclude, a solution, the reason for, and the problem. You should also look for a problem that's being described, followed by one or more solutions. Here's an example of the problem and solution text structure. While Sherman was playing at the dog park, he suddenly started to limp and whine. I immediately knew there was a problem. It turned out that the reason he was limping and whining was that he cut his paw pad on some glass. I knew just the solution. I took him home, cleaned his cut, and wrapped it in gauze tape to stop the bleeding. He had to rest his foot for a couple of days, but then he was back to normal. There are 3 signal words that helped us identify this as a problem and solution text structure. They are problem, reason, and solution. The problem was that Sherman cut his paw pad. The solution, I cleaned it and wrapped it up to stop the bleeding. The 4th text structure is compare and contrast. In this type of text, you'll see 2 or more things being compared and showing similarities and/or their differences. There are several signal words and phrases that work as clues to helping you identify this text structure. These are like, unlike, in contrast, however, on the other hand, both, also, and many others. You should also look for likenesses and differences that are presented in the text. Let's take a look at this example. While on our daily walk, we spotted Sherman's doppelganger. They looked like they could be twins. They both had a brindle coat and a muscular build. However, Shermie has a little white line on his nose and floppy ears. The other dog, named Duke, had a darker face and one perky ear. The signal words used were like, both, however, and the other. By organizing the information from the text into this Venn diagram, we can easily see the similarities and differences between Sherman and Duke. Both dogs have a brindle coat and a muscular build, while Sherman has a white line on his nose and floppy ears, and Duke has a darker face and one perky ear. The last text structure is sequence of events. This type of text describes events in the order in which they happen. This is also called chronological order. There are many signal words and phrases that are like clues to helping you identify this text structure, such as before, on a specific date, not long after, next, finally, then, and many others. You should also look for a sequence of events or steps in a process. Here is an example of the text structure sequence of events. When I first met Sherman, he was only 3 months old. He immediately jumped on my lap and gave me a bunch of kisses. I was instantly in love. Before I got to take him home, I had to fill out a lot of paperwork, but it was worth it. Not long after, we were both on our way home. Sherman was finally adopted on June 4th, 2016. The signal words in this example are first, before, not long after, and the specific date, June 4th, 2016. The events in the example were listed in order. First, I met Sherman when he was only 3 months old. Before I got to take him home, I had to fill out a lot of paperwork. Not long after that, we were both on our way home. I adopted Sherman on June 4th, 2016. Now you've learned all of the nonfiction text structures: description list, cause and effect, problem and solution, compare and contrast, and sequence of events. Great job! Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need any help throughout the next activities, be sure to reach out to your English teacher through Teams chat. We'll be happy to help. Bye!